New York mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani ran an ad. Well, he ran an ad during an episode of Golden Bachelor in which he said, "New York, will you accept this rose?" Not to be outdone, Andrew Cuomo ran an ad in which he said, "Honka, honka."
It was reported that major talent agencies in Hollywood are interested in signing a new AI-generated actress named Tilly Norwood. The AI-generated actress got her start after she had a hotel meeting with AI Harvey Weinstein. Okay. A new report of American school districts finds that the most banned book in America is A Clockwork Orange. In close second, Michael Che's Guide to Drawing Muhammad. Get him!
Whoa! It was announced that Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban are separating after 19 years of marriage. I am saddened and shocked that a guy named Keith Urban isn't black. Chimpanzee researcher Jane Goodall has died at the age of 91. The family requests that in lieu of sending flowers, please throw feces.
Yeah. The largest zoo in Long Island announced that it is closing after being accused of animal abuse. But isn't all of Long Island really just a zoo for abused animals? Thank you. One clap. That's an applause break.
That is not an applause break.
It only takes one. Well, this week, the government finally represented the people when it just completely shut down. Honestly, didn't it feel like the government kind of needed a break? Just so we could all catch our breath? Can you believe we're only 9 months into this presidency? That means we still have 3 months and 7 years remaining. I already tried fighting. I'm tired. I went to so many protests this summer, but honestly, it was worth it because we finally got them to change the Cracker Barrel logo back to the original, featuring my actual grandpa. And I know it's scary for a lot of people right now, but I'm trying to stay positive, and I'm trying to remember the words of a great man.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
The last time the U.S. government shut down was during President Trump's first administration in 2018, which was so long ago, we look like this. President Trump claimed that one of the reasons the government shut down is because Democrats want transgender for everybody, which is obviously not true. But at the same time, I wouldn't say no to my own set of these. I don't gotta wear them.
Israel and Hamas have tentatively agreed to President Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza, and you could tell Trump wrote the plan himself.
A Trump advisor said ICE agents will attend the Super Bowl after Bad Bunny was announced as the halftime performer. You know, to catch all those farm workers who can afford Super Bowl tickets. The FDA quietly approved the generic abortion pill just before the shutdown, and I don't have a joke, but whenever I mention a product on the air, they send me a box for free, so. Hey.
President Trump also spoke to a group of military leaders this week, and at one point, he went on a long rant about how good Barack Obama was at walking down stairs. Here's what he said. I'm not going to read it because it's a crazy thing to hear from a president, but it's actually kind of fun from anyone else. Let me show you what I mean in our new segment. President Trump would make a lot more sense if he sounded like Jennifer Coolidge.
Be cool. Be cool when you walk down, but don't pop down the stairs. So one thing with Obama, I had zero respect for him as a president, but he would pop down those stairs. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Sean Combs was sentenced on Friday to 4 years in prison, and I'll be honest, it's hard for me to enjoy watching someone I love get punished, but that's what Diddy would do. During Sean Combs' sentencing, he pleaded for mercy, saying that the things he did were disgusting, shameful, and sick. In fact, just thinking about it makes him harder than grandma's candy.
He showed the candy.
it's hard candy.
Yeah, it's hard candy. It was reported that Elon Musk has become the first person to be worth more than $500 billion. Wow, shout out to Tylenol.
New York Mayor Eric Adams has ended his re-election bid, citing an official reason of too much swagger for y'all. Kamala Harris has released a new book that explains how she lost the 2024 election. It's called I'm a Black Lady.
Yeah, still thinking about you with those boobs. Well, it is nice to start update with some good news for once. There is peace in the Middle East. The only downside is there's war in Chicago. Only Trump could Freaky Friday Chicago and Gaza. And I know Trump is upset that he didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize, but the last guy to send heavily armed men into an American city was Bane from Batman. Bane, who was also snubbed for the Peace Prize. And Trump deserves credit, I have to say, for brokering this ceasefire in Gaza, but I'm slightly skeptical since Biden also negotiated a ceasefire in Gaza 9 months ago. Remember that? No? Well, neither does Biden. The actual Nobel Peace Prize was awarded this week to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, or as Fox News reported it, Trump robbed by deranged Hispanic.
Many leaders in the Middle East are crediting President Trump with brokering the Israel-Hamas ceasefire, but it makes perfect sense to me because sometimes crazy people only listen to other crazy people. Like when you see a guy jacketing on the subway, you don't just ask him to stop. No, you got to take off your pants too, and now we can negotiate.
Health Secretary RFK Jr. seen here trying to cure cancer with his mind, said this week that men who were circumcised are more likely to be autistic, which isn't surprising coming from a man who looks like he's made out of foreskin.
Not mine. President Trump has reportedly become concerned with Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene criticizing Republicans on key issues, with Trump asking, what's going on with Marjorie? Little advice, bro, just let her go. You can't change her. God knows I've tried. The U.S. Treasury is planning to release a silver dollar with President Trump's face on it, and then on the other side, he has Harriet Tubman in a headlock.
The Trump administration is also rolling out a video at airports in which Kristi Noem will blame Democrats for flight delays related to the government shutdown. Let's take a look.
I want to play a game.
It's memorable. President Trump issued a proclamation ending Indigenous Peoples Day and calling Christopher Columbus the original American hero. So while Trump is rounding up people with ice, he's praising Columbus, a guy who literally brought boatloads of Hispanics to America. Former Jets quarterback Mark Sanchez has been accused of drunkenly assaulting a delivery driver before the driver stabbed him. The penalties offset, repeat first down. If convicted, Sanchez could be sent to prison or worse, back to the Jets.
OpenAI has updated its video-generating app Sora to allow users to create cameos of themselves in videos. And they're pretty realistic. I mean, I made this one before the show. You suck.
Really excited for that to just be out there. A growing number of Gen Z men are moving back in with their parents, taking over household chores, and calling themselves trad sons, replacing the old name failures.
Arby's announced that they are adding a new item to their menu, steak nuggets. Although you can make your own steak nuggets by eating a bunch of Arby's.
A high school cheer coach was arrested on charges that she had sex with a male student. Said the coach, "Give me a D."
Laszlo Krasznahorkai was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for his compelling and visionary oeuvre that, in the midst of apocalyptic terror, reaffirms the power of art. The title of his book, You Gots to Wash Your Ass. That wouldn't be the title of the book.
Probably not, no. Monday was National German American Day, which my family has been celebrating ever since they hastily moved here in 1945.
Oh, my God.
What did I do to everyone? A woman in Tennessee broke a hospital record after giving birth to a 13-pound baby. It's the first baby to ever bust out saying, "Oh, yeah!"